Bad news for Chevrolet, GMC, and even Cadillac. If you have a Chevrolet Silverado, a Shortcut, or a Cadillac Escalade, or know someone who drives them, pay close attention. And it really is unfortunate news because I know the efforts that brands like Chevrolet, like GMC, are making to overcome a difficult time in the industry in general. Are they trying to improve their products? And they had turned a blind eye to the complaints of many buyers. But they have finally decided to take action. Well, what happened? More than 720,000 pickups and SU5s are being recalled from the market due to a serious problem with the 5.8 engine. We're discussing no ordinary engine. It's the high-performance 6.2-liter V8 that General Motors installed in its most expensive and popular vehicles. The reason can fail from one moment to another without warning. But wait, this is not just another recall. A stop-sell order has been issued to halt sales at dealerships in the United States. And that in the industry means only one thing, that the problem is quite serious. Now, let's explain what's going on. And how does that affect you? And what should you do right now if you drive one of these models? That's why watching this video is important. And recommending it to others could be crucial. And stay until the end if you want, obviously, because we're going to answer a key question. Why aren't the 2025 models included in this recall? The answer unveils more than General Motors' public statements, but leaves the question of which models are impacted unanswered. Let's start with the most important thing. This recall, or call for review, affects vehicles with the 6.2-liter V2 gallons 87 engine manufactured. Be careful with this between 2021 and 2024. That's why I said earlier it's interesting to see not those of 2025, but I'll answer that later. Models like Chevrolet Silverado 1500, the Suburban as well, the Chevrolet Tahoe, the GMC Sierra 1500, GMC Yukon, and the Yukon Extra Large in addition to the Cadillac Escalade and Escalade Sport vehicle. All those models share something in common, the prestige of having a powerful engine, and now also the risk of an internal failure that could leave you stranded on the road. But what exactly is the cause of the problem? If you're enjoying the video, please like, share, and subscribe to the Freddy Car Power 360 community for more news, relevant information, and much more. Now, what exactly is happening? Well, the failure is in the heart of the engine. General Motors has detected defects in two critical components, the crankshaft and the rods. Both parts may have been damaged during manufacturing. And when that happens, the engine can lose power or stop working altogether. Without warning, without time to react. That's why I'm telling you, it's a serious matter. And as if that weren't enough, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, which is the federal agency that regulates traffic safety here in the United States, had already received 39 complaints from owners reporting serious failures in these engines. That's why I informed you about the complaints presented to the federal agency, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, which were not the only one. But both in forums and video comments, I've had the opportunity to see people complaining about these engines. This issue has impacted numerous individuals. However, what actions is General Motors taking to address it? Well, General Motors decided to act before the federal agency's investigation is over. That's why they have announced this recall, this call for review of 721,000 units worldwide. In the United States, it affects more than 500,000 users, 500,000 owners or drivers of trucks, pickups, or SUVs. There are 597,000 vehicles in the United States. And not only that, he ordered all his dealers to stop selling affected units. They cannot be sold until they are inspected. How do you know if your car is on the list? Here at General Motors, this recall is important as it may affect users in Canada and possibly Mexico, in addition to the majority in the United States. It is a global recall notice. General Motors in the United States will send letters to owners starting from June 9th, 2025. But you don't have to wait. You can contact customer service directly. And here you can pause this video and copy the numbers that I put on this graphic for you. And when you call their numbers, ask for the recall number, the recall call, the recall, as they call it here, number N252494,000. I put it there for you on that graphic. This is for users in the United States. For people outside the United States who have these vehicles and are worried, they should contact the General Motors customer service number in their country, or of the brand of the vehicle they have and believe is affected according to this information. But what happens if your vehicle is affected? Well, your engine will be inspected at no cost. Therefore, if it passes the inspection, they will do a preventive update, such as changing the oil for a more viscous one, a new oil filter, and an update in the owner's manual. If it fails the inspection, be prepared for interesting consequences. The engine will be repaired or completely replaced, and wow, we all know how much an engine replacement can cost. As part of this plan, General Motors is conducting a so-called review, all without you paying a cent. About the 2025 models, as mentioned earlier, it's a question many are asking, and it's completely valid. Another crucial point arises from the question, why is the 2025 model not included in this recall? General Motors' response is as follows. Starting from June 1st, 2024, they implemented improvements in the manufacturing process. For what? To avoid pollution and defects in the crankshafts and connecting rods? Or in other words, they knew something was wrong beforehand and decided to correct it for the 2025 model. But why wait until the complaints piled up before issuing this recall? Please, it's an uncomfortable question, but necessary. What should you do right now? If you have or are considering buying one of the models I mentioned, whether new or used, from the years I specified, I've already provided you with the relevant information. You should act right now. Call the customer service line to check if your vehicle is involved or affected in this recall. You should schedule an inspection. And if you can, share this information with friends and family who also have Chevrolet, GMC, Cadillac vehicles, these brands that I mentioned. So it's important that we share this information because it's going to be very useful. It's going to be very helpful because many still have no idea what's happening here. So this is, let's say, it's one of the services that I like to provide at a, let's say, informative news level, not only as entertainment, but because it really provides a service to the community. And we're talking about engines that cost thousands of dollars and could fail on the open road. Information can make the difference between a simple checkup and a regrettable mishap. What's the conclusion here? And well, before giving you the conclusion, if you're going to a dealer or thinking about buying a vehicle, I want to recommend that you keep your mouth shut at the dealer. I have a book that I wrote myself. In the description of this video, you can see how you can download it, how you can acquire it. And it says that shut up at the dealer, because there are a series of strategies they use against you, against the buyer. Well, to get more profit out of you, to get better commissions so that you spend more money. I've prepared a list of things you shouldn't say. Some things have been updated in the industry after the pandemic that changed a bit. Please check the description for details on how to get it. In conclusion, this is a significant story. When such an iconic engine as the 5.8, the letter 87 of General Motors, goes into crisis, it's not just a technical failure, it's a warning sign for the entire industry. And now I want to know your opinion because we're not talking, as I told you, about a little problem of, I don't know, a spark plug, some part, a less important component. We're talking about the 5.8 engine. When people complain en masse, there are sometimes isolated comments about issues like radios or air conditioning not turning on. Well, those are isolated, but when there are many and the common denominator is the same problem. I tell the manufacturers because manufacturers see me, high executives of the industry see me. That's why I'm invited to their events. That's why they take me to exclusive presentations and send me exclusive news and scoops by mail, which they give me so I can share them. Well, to those executives, give me with all the respect and admiration I have for you. You need to pay attention to those comments and those complaints, please, because it could result in you saving thousands and millions of dollars. And also your users gain more confidence and you can build a better reputation. That is the most important thing. The conclusion to draw. I sympathize with Chevrolet, as I mentioned earlier. I'm aware they are working hard to enhance their offerings at the level of motorization, at the level of interiors, at the level of technology. But that was something that could be seen coming. They have decided to act and issue a recall before the investigation ends, which could be catastrophic for them. When they're already discussing the possibility of changing your engine with you, it indicates they're serious and doing something beneficial. So, do you trust their V8 engines? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I welcome the debate. If you found this video helpful, share it and subscribe for more genuine content about the cars we drive. I also have accessories and interesting things that many people don't mention. See you in the next video, sending a big hug.